Salutations, respected viewers. I am George from Ireland, and here I am in VDNKh, which is the exhibition of the economic achievements of the people in Moscow. So this dates back to the 1950s, and it's celebrating what the Soviet people could make. And it's got all sorts of pavilions showing their wares from industry, from agriculture. It's got things like robots. It's got a lot about the space race, because of course the earlier stages, and that the Soviets won hands down. Right after the Second World War, both the United States and the Soviet Union sent things into space, like just like bugs and mice. I can't remember who sent which thing first. Obviously, then the Soviets sent up the dogs, Laika as in Barker, Strelka, Ibelka as in dart, and squirrel were the names of those dogs. And obviously the United States set up tender loving care, but the Soviets set up obviously Sputnik, the first satellite to orbit the world. In the 1950s they sent up the first man, Yuri Gagarin. They set up the first woman, Valentina Tereshkova, if I got her name right, who's still alive, who certainly was in the Duma. I think she still is. Anyway, so, and then up there you can see Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. You can see heroes and heroines, their hands outstretched to the heavens and things like that. So I hope you can make it out, but you can see the Soviet coat of arms with the hammer and sickle over the globe, because they believed that their ideology would come to prevail over the whole earth. And all the flags, you can see the ears of corn around the globe, because they often had this cornucopia symbol to show that things were so plentiful here, which certainly wasn't always the case, particularly in the early days. And various flags for the 15 Union republics. What's going on here is there's this international ballet holiday, but they seem to be more like doing cheerleader maneuvers. But so far as I can tell, they're all from the Russian Federation. Maybe they're going off to do it somewhere else. So there are lots of different sections to this park. Indeed, there's a section for Belarus, the nearby allied country, which is supposedly going to fully unite with this country. 20 years ago they signed a treaty about doing that, but still hasn't happened. So there's the main entrance. Anyway, it's enormous, this place. Laid out is basically symmetrical. Fortunately, the World and his wife has had the same idea of coming today, because it's a Saturday and the weather's more or less ideal. So there are lots of food courts and all sorts of things you should want. Ooh, another technological achievements. We'll see that massive television tower behind in the distance, and there's a monorail, but there's also a cable car thing, but it's not going right now. I mean, it is working today, but I haven't seen one go by the past few minutes. Otherwise, I would have made sure to include it in the film. So that is VDNKh, well worth visiting, but obviously it's almost entirely outside, so I suggest you don't come here in the winter. Toodaloo.